interview with Hugh Ward-Perkins, director of Verona Conservatoire. Hugh, you are now in your new job as director of Verona Conservatoire. From your point of view, what do you think about European educational system, and what has been to do to organize the educational system in one way in Europe?
Well, that's a big question, and it's a very interesting question. Before becoming a director, I was an international relations coordinator, so I have seen the problems directly, and above all, I meet lots and lots of colleagues from different schools around Europe. I've talked to hundreds of people about their different systems and about the complications and about their problems, and about money problems and about everything. And you realize that there is obviously a lot of work to do, but at the same time it is very interesting work, and it's work which is stimulating, which is good for the students, which is good for the teachers and the teachers in the schools, which is good for the schools, it's good for their images, and so it is definitely worth doing all of this work, and it is work which also produces, little by little, interesting results, and the results that obviously have a big impact on the whole educational system, not only in Italy but also in the rest of Europe. I mean, Italy can play an important role in this process.
And you come from the British educational system, and your experience, what do you think? We are very far in Italy to reach a European standard?
No, I don't think it's a question of reaching a European level, because I mean, in many respects, the European level is an Italian level. I mean, from the history of music in particular and culture, I don't think Italy has to learn anything. I think Italy, like all other countries, without exception, has to learn from other countries by just dialogue, because communication between the countries, especially in Europe, is increasingly a vital element. So there is obviously a lot of work to do, but I think we have all the instruments necessary. It's just a question of having the resources, the desire to do it, and the support from, especially from the Italian government, but obviously as much support as possible in this process.
What could you say to a student who wants to do an Erasmus in Italy?
To come to Italy, I would say that I would encourage him as much as possible, because we can offer a lot. Obviously, if you put in the balance certain things like the quality of certain services and facilities and the amount of money that the institutions have for certain activities and things like that, obviously Italy has a lot of things that are not available, but it does have other things that are available, and I think any student from Europe can learn a lot.
Okay, and an Italian student who wants to go abroad?
Again, for exactly the same reasons, and I don't think there is any difference in the process. Obviously, I encourage mobility as much as possible. I try to find ways to send as many students as possible, as many teachers to go and have experiences of mobility, because I think this is something which is very important indeed.
Okay, thank you so much, and good luck for your job.